The Kenton area, or the Black Mesa area of the Panhandle, is different even than the rest of the Panhandle. We have beautiful terrain, wonderful rock outcroppings and mesas or plateaus and very picturesque valleys. The diversity in this area is also incredible, both with the plants and the animals. We have things like the ponderosa pine, native to this part of Oklahoma. And a lot of the junipers that you see around me here, these aren't eastern red cedars. These are actually the one-seeded juniper. And we have a lot of interesting diversity out here because this area is actually the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. Another pine that we have native in this part of the state is the pinyon pine. And we occasionally see these in the horticulture trade and in the nurseries and garden centers. We actually have some planted around our garden there in Stillwater, but we don't give them any irrigation water. As you can see where this one's growing right here in this road cut right out of the rocks here, it's a very tough tree. So we don't give it any extra water in our garden there in Stillwater. We would kill the plant. The pinyon pine is known for its pine nuts. These are the little pine nuts that are cracked and bagged up and sold, used in a lot of interesting dishes and even a few candies. But we would actually crack this part open to get the little green pine nut out of there. The pinyon pine is also used to fire the chimeneas. It's the wood of choice for the chimeneas for that wonderful aroma. Well, if you've never been to this part of the state, I highly encourage you to take a trip up here and look at all the wonderful diversity. With the vast openness of the Oklahoma Panhandle, the winds really pick up speed and intensity as they come across the plains and the plowed fields. And by looking at the Siberian elm behind me, you can pretty much guess which direction the winds are blowing most of the time. And this tree seems to be growing toward the northeast. So that lets us know that the winds are primarily out of the southwest. And a lot of times you might think, well, okay, the wind is blowing the tree, so it's always leaning that direction, and that's why it's growing that way. But that's not the case. What actually is happening is the meristems, or the growing points, those terminal buds on those branches on that side of the tree are being desiccated. They're drying out, and the intense wind is actually killing the growing points on that part of the tree. So the only live meristems are a little bit protected, and on that north or east side of the plant. So that's the direction that they grow. So the winds and just the growth habit of the plants out here just gives us another idea of the intensity of the growing conditions out here in the Panhandle.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.